Notts County, England's oldest professional club. They are back in League 2 after a brief stint in non-league football, and today we're going to make them England and Europe's best club. So here we are sitting at the bottom of the English footballing pyramid. The only way is up, but we've got some serious work to do if we want to get there. And we've got our first departure in this monster rebuild as Sam Austin is off to Walsall. Make that 2 as Adam Chickson is heading to Romania. Cleaning everybody out. Richard Brindley off to Tranmere. My big objective here in Season 1 is to build out the formations that are going to serve us in a decade's time. Our first signing is for Kian Best, but we are going to begin the long process to convert him into a centre-back. Kind of annoyed it said it's going to take so long given centre-back is one of his listed areas. But someone that is ready to go here and now is Charlie Hughes, the Englishman joining us from Wigan Athletic. I'm really looking to clean out the older generation of this squad, and it continues as Toby Adebayo Rolling is headed to Newport County, and our former starting centre-back Aidan Baldwin is heading to Peterborough for £320,000. We're not limiting ourselves to just signing English players though. We're going to sign an Argentinian centre midfielder here. Thomas O'Connor is going to join us here from Rosario Central, and Connor Rawlinson is the latest player to depart heading to Burton Albion. But that is our opening transfer window with Notts County in the books. Still so much to do, but the foundations have been laid. Let's go check out and see how we're doing come the 1st of January. Okay, I'm a fan of that. Nor was I expecting that, but we are in the playoff hunt here for League 2. Let's go put some things into action so that we can give ourselves the best chance possible of potentially getting promoted. And for me, the best course of action is to go for a new goalkeeper. We need an upgrade there, and boy have we got one. It's an Australian goalkeeper. Gotta show love to my home country. Joe Galchi from Adelaide United joining us here from £1.9 million. I would assume that's a club record transfer, but is that enough to get us promoted here in Season 1? Let's go find out. We are going up to League 1 here in Season 2. I genuinely thought we would be no chance until January. That is welcomed. We beat MK Dons. Get that one up, you Dons. Beat them on goal difference, and we're heading to League 1 alongside Stockport Wrexham. So another team that got promoted with us in Wrexham, and of course us, we're going up. I genuinely thought this year was just going to be laying the foundations. Okay, I have to rewrap my perspective. Who did get bottom of the league? Bottom of the league here in League 2 is Morecambe, Crawley Town, Newport County. Manchester United win the FA Cup. Arsenal win the Carabao. Forest Green Rovers win the EFL trophy. And Tranmere are going to be joining us in League 1 next year. What a first season for Macaulay Langstaff. +2 growth, but 26 goals. That is brilliant. Also, fair play to David McGoldrick. He is getting on in age, but he has wound back the clock and bagged himself 18 goals. We will be saying goodbye to 2 players though. Luther Manakandafa, the Zimbabwean striker, and Jim O'Brien are both leaving the club on freeze. Well, Jim's retiring. Luther's just walking. But bring on Season 2. Come on, Notts. McGoldrick did us a solid whilst he was here last year, and he's still here, but we need a striker of the future that is going to carry the torch. We've gone ahead and signed the English striker Miles Leeburn from Charlton Athletic for £2 million. This kid could really be anything. Making some big moves in this window though. Jody Jones off to Como for £850,000. And we have signed yet another centre-back, our 3rd new signing at centre-back since taking over, but we are building this squad out for the future. The Scotsman Iban Boat joining us here from the Swedish League, sending Junior Moraes to the Melbourne Victory, and making our 3rd signing for the season. It is the Austrian centre midfielder Benjamin Kanjuric joining us here. We pay £1.5 million to bring him across from Ingolstadt. But for me, the goal this year is simple. Avoid relegation. I don't know whether we're going to look back on this in a few years and be like, getting promoted in Season 1 was a blessing or a curse. I'm hoping it's a blessing, but we'll get a better indication of that soon. But if you guys are enjoying today's rebuild and you aren't already subscribed, what are you doing? Scorpion kick that subscribe button down below and help us on our journey towards 500,000 subscribers. Nah, ain't no way, man. Ain't no way we are in the playoff hunt again. At this rate, we're going to complete this rebuild in like 3 seasons time. We currently sit 6th here in League 1 with Notts County. That is cooked, man. If we get promoted again, I'm going to be over the moon. I mean, where's Stockport and Wrexham? Wrexham's in the, yeah, they're both in the relegation battle, so we are an anomaly. We're into the playoffs, lads. We missed out on automatic promotion easily there, but we are into the playoffs, and we could be into the championship if we're able to get through Blackpool, Bristol, and Charlton Athletic. Oh my God. Who got relegated? Did any of the teams? Okay, Wrexham survived, but Stockport weren't so lucky. Arsenal take down Blackburn to win the FA Cup. Tottenham break their trophy drought. The Postecoglou revolution is underway. Wickham take down Colchester to win the EFL trophy. But we lose in the playoff semi-finals to Bristol Rovers. They demolish us in the second leg. We had the advantage. It does make me feel a little bit better knowing that Bristol Rovers won and are going up to the championship. Macaulay Langstaff, how I wish you were younger. If this dude was 21, we would have a future superstar. He bags himself 29 goals and gets 11 assists. He's up to a 71 overall, but he's aged 28. We've got maybe 2 or 3 more good years out of him, which is disappointing. Not exactly the season we were after as well from Miles Lieburn. That's like 1 goal in every 5 appearances. But we are going to be saying goodbye to David McGoldrick and Sam Slocum. Slocum, I'm letting go. McGoldrick is retiring. Coming into this season, I wanted to survive relegation. We achieved that goal and did it easily. But next year, we want promotion. We desperately need some squad depth and some young backup players in this squad. So the first thing I'm doing this season is signing 2 free agent regen players. We've got Will Davidson, the English striker, and we've got Kilian Zimmerman, the German attacking midfielder. We need to do everything in our power though to get us promoted up to the championship this year. And our first starting 11 signing proves just that, as we're going to sign the Welsh midfielder Cam Campbell here from Wolverhampton. He's dropping down, looking for more game time, and going to join us at Notts County. Also, some good news. It only took us 2 years, but Kean Best is now officially a centre-back. We've signed a new left midfielder, and now we sign a new right midfielder, the American Noel Buck, joining us from New England, the New England Revolution midfielder, signing for 2.7 mil. I'm going to make a free agent signing here, another one here. Ryan Leach, a backup right midfielder. You guys might be wondering why I've gone and signed another right midfielder here, and that is because we have sold Nemain. He was our starting right midfielder, but with Buck coming in, he's not going to get as much game time, so we may as well cash in now and keep him happy. And I'm actually going to use a lot of that money towards building out our squad coaches here. I definitely have been neglecting that a little bit so far in this video, but surely we have got to find ourselves in the hunt for promotion to the championship. We are in the playoff hunt again. I honestly wanted to be up where Barnsley and Reading are. We currently sit 6th in League One with Notts County here on January 1st. And this race is intense. Dan Crowley is definitely not having the type of season he's had in the past, so we're going to try going for a new attacking midfielder here in January to give us that push over the line. There it is, lads. Dan Crowley is heading off to Coventry City, and we've got our new attacking midfielder. It is Harvey Vale, the Englishman, returning to the motherland after a brief spell at Las Palmas. That is not what we wanted to happen, lads. We've missed out on the playoffs altogether this year. 3 points behind Sheffield Wednesday, and it's going to be a 3rd successive season in League One with Notts County. I mean, at least we're not in the relegation zone. The teams going down are Burton Albion, Mansfield, Exeter, and Shrewsbury. West Ham winning the FA Cup this year. Leicester City back into the glory days. We actually made it relatively deep in this tournament, round of 16 in the Carabao Cup, but the tournament we made it all the way, but lost in the final on penalties, is the EFL trophy. Come on, man. Sheffield Wednesday, the team that edged us out of the playoffs, go on and win the playoffs. I mean, I guess that's a good sign. I'm glad us missing out on the playoffs wasn't in vain. Miles Lieburn took my call out personally. 20 goals for Miles Lieburn, and he's up to a 75 overall, which is terrifying considering we're in League One still. Again though, Macaulay Langstaff, I love you, my friend. An incredible first year as well for Noah Buck. 15 and 16 is production. He ends up being our top goal contributor. We're at a super weird level in the rebuild right now where we're starting to get a little bit of money together, but we can't really go out and get any players that are already established because they don't want to come down to Notts County in League One, obviously. So I'm having to find the middle ground here. Alex Murphy is the perfect example of that. 71 rated, 22 years of age, decent prospect, playing for Leicester City in search of more game time. Gotta give it to him though. He is strong and he is fast, which is exactly what you're after when it comes to centre backs this year. And with the signing of Murphy, we are going to send Best on a 2-year loan move here to Granada. We're also going to be saying goodbye to Sedwin Scott, who's off to Colchester. We have kept this transfer window super relaxed and super low-key by design. I think we have a starting 11 that should be getting into the championship, that should be getting promoted. I'm going to give the lads the first half of the season to see how we're tracking along. I've got just about every extremity on my body crossed, hoping that we're in the playoffs, or even better, automatic promotion. So far, so good. We are crushing it. We're top of the table here in League One, 2 points ahead of Plymouth Argyle, but most importantly, 6 points ahead of Blackpool. We need to hang on for this second half of the season. I have zero intentions of touching the starting 11 for the remainder of the season, but we do need some squad depth in the centre midfield role. So we're going to sign the Australian centre midfielder Alessandro Lopane from Melbourne City, former Western Sydney Wanderers player. Welcome to the club, mate. We win our first trophy as Notts County manager, and we have been promoted to the championship. Get in there, lads. We had so much success early on going up to the League One, but this has been a grind here in the 3rd division. We are up to the championship and we are the champions of League One. All right, who got relegated? Who got relegated? Salford, Forest Green. Wrexham are legitimately a yo-yo club now. Manchester City win the FA Cup. Sheffield United are going to be playing European football next year. But we couldn't win the EFL trophy. That is so frustrating. We didn't even make it to the bloody round of 16. But Plymouth Argyle will be joining us in the championship next season, which I'm sure Pieface would be quite happy about. Oh my God, 35 goals and 78 rated for Miles Leeburn. This dude has been racking up the goals the past few years. Can he do it in the championship? I mean, the same can be said here for Macaulay Langstaff. 75 overall at age 30. 37 goal contributions for him is unbelievable. We're up to the 2nd division. We've got a huge challenge ahead of us though, if we want to stay here and get ourselves to the Premier League, but I am ready for it. We need some signings to show the championship we're here to stay. We've got a player that has done it for one of the biggest clubs in the world. He's currently in the middle of his career. It's Zidane Iqbal, former Manchester United player at Utrecht in this save. He wants to come back to English football, and we are willing to spend our whole transfer budget getting him back to the club. Will they accept 7 mil? Oh my God, they just walk out. I'm going back. I need to go back in for him. He feels like the perfect addition. All right, round 2, lads. Now, the chief executive is saying that we should be offering at least 8.8, which just feels so much more. I don't want them to walk out. I'm going to say 8 million here. Hopefully, they're willing to negotiate. They accept. Are you telling me that this dickhead of a manager walked out last time over £1 million? Really, dude? Really? But the contract talks have been approved. We're going to get our new star centre midfielder. It is Zidane Iqbal, donning the black and white of Notts County. That is a club record transfer there of £8 million as well. I am praying that we have just found ourselves a centre back who we can grow, develop and nurture and turn into one of the best in the world. We've beaten out Everton in the signing of Marius Fontana, the Swiss centre back, regen, 77 overall. Welcome to Notts County. I have elected against selling any players this window. The championship schedule is just ridiculous, so we need all hands on deck. Honestly, we could get promoted this year. Our team is incredibly balanced. I'm really curious to see what the table looks like come January 1st. Let's crack on and get into it with Notts County. So we sit 9th in the championship here, just 3 points away though from the playoffs. Yeah, this is seriously the playoff. I don't think automatic promotion is way out of our range, but the playoffs, we can definitely get there. And I mean, let's hope we don't have a massive drop off, but so far we're looking pretty clear of the relegation battle. We've signed a lot of centre backs in this rebuild so far, but we've actually sold one. I know, I can't believe it either, but Iban Boat is heading to West Brom. I'm trying to get an upgrade at the centre back role. That's where we continue to fall behind, and I want to get us as close to the close to the Premier League as possible. A worldwide scouting report has taken us to Andorra, of all places, where we've found Jose Marsa. It's a +3 upgrade, 25-year-old centre half. I hope this dude is a stud. I don't expect him to be there when we lift the Champions League title, but if he can help us get to the next level, that is cool with me. We sneak in. Come on, we sneak into the championship playoff, lads. 3 points ahead of Middlesbrough, and it's going to be between us, Norwich, Burnley, and West Brom for that final spot in the Premier League. Relegation zone sees Sheffield Wednesday, Ipswich, and Huddersfield down. Man City win the FA Cup. Tottenham, they're just getting trophies for fun now. We take down Norwich City 5-1, and we're going to be facing Burnley in the championship playoff. This is to get Notts County into the Premier League. Come on! Yes, lads, we've been promoted. The oldest club in English football, Notts County, are playing in the top flight next season. Oh, that is absolutely brilliant. And look at the goals. Campbell out of nowhere, getting 37 goal contributions. Lee Burn enters the 80s. And Langstaff, how long can we keep this going for? Langstaff still getting it done. Is Macaulay Langstaff the new Jamie Vardy? One player who, however, will not be joining us in the promised land is Matt Palmer, who is retiring at the end of the season. We are finally Premier League bound with Notts County. Now the big challenge is going to be staying up in the Premier. Our team right now is decent, but if we're going to survive the Premier League this year, we need to make some big upgrades to certain positions. I don't think a complete overhaul is necessary right now, but some players, they're not going to be starting come next month. And the best part about being promoted is we get that money. God, it's nice not having to spend 2 million every season. We need to be smart with this money though. We need it to work for us. Hayden Hackney, arguably the most British name I've seen today. He's going to be our first signing in the Premier League era. 82 rated. We pay £27.3 million and have a new club record transfer. Also, that Premier League badge on the side. Oh, that looks good. But we start the Premier League era off with our first departure, and it is a man that's been here since day one. It's sad to see, but Kyle Cameron is no longer a Notts County man. I genuinely think that we have signed a new centre back in every single season of this rebuild, but John Pacheco is going to join us here from Real Sociedad. Just like his Spanish counterpart we signed last year, I don't expect this dude to be an integral part of the Champions League winning side in 5, 10, and 15 years time, but he's going to help us survive the Premier League relegation. That is my hope. To be fair, I've been trying to sell Jose Marsa to get somebody bigger in at centre back, but nobody wants him. So here is the team for our first Premier League campaign. Got to get a few of the players happier, but just please survive relegation. Survive relegation. Survive relegation. Yeah, all right. We were prepared for this, but we're here. We're truly here. We're in the relegation battle. We're 2 points ahead of Fulham. We're 1 result away from getting relegated or being in the relegation zone. All right, we're gonna have to lock in, lads. Big second half of the season ahead. We need to put our balls on the line here and do something massive in January. After a year and a half at the club, Jose Marsa is no longer a Notts County man. We've sold him to FC Midtjylland here for £12.4 million. We've organised another loan here for Keon Best off to Salernitana. Thomas O'Connor is heading down south to Southampton for £7.5 million. And maybe the most surprising transfer of the lot, Noel Buck leaving for Bournemouth. We want a new right midfielder, and we're going to have to do some big moves to do it. £21 million into the transfer budget. And there it is. We have scrunched together every last penny we had in the transfer budget as we signed the Argentinian midfielder Ezequiel Zeballos. Oh my God. This signing, this could be the changing. This guy could single-handedly keep us up in the Premier League. I am so excited. I am so relieved. And I'm also nervous about what the next 6 months holds. Fortune favors the bold. Come on. We are comfortably safe in the Premier League. 8 points ahead of Fulham, which I know isn't the biggest deficit, the biggest lead in the world, but given where we were on January 1st, I'm over the moon with that. We have survived the Premier League relegation battle. We had to put our balls on the line to do it, but we've done it. Got to flick the mentality to be climbing up the table now, and top of the lot right now is Arsenal. Man City did win the FA Cup. I would love if we could start having more of a crack in these tournaments now. And West Ham with the Carabao. Taking a look at the Champions League for the first time today. Inter Milan are the winners. Borussia Dortmund take down Bayern Munich to win the Europa League in a Der Klassiker. That is huge. And Sassuolo win the Conference League. Campbell was our hero this year. I'm really happy though to see not so much Lieburn because I expected him to score, but Macaulay Langstaff still getting it done in the Prem. 12 goals, 7 assists, but no growth for him this year. Fair play to Campbell though. I don't think we survive in the Premier League if he's not around. The past few years, a lot of my signings have been short-term. I need to get this player now to do X, Y, and Z transfers. But now we're starting to tailor our transfers towards a Champions League winning roster. A centre-back, somebody I intend on having in the side when we hopefully win a Champions League. Jorn Spielers, the Belgian centre-half, joining us here from Sevilla. We have struck a deal with Thomas Frank to sell the Irish centre-half Alex Murphy to Brentford here for £17.5 million. And we're also parting company with John Pacheco. 1 season at the club, he helped us survive relegation, but we've sold him on to Pochettino for £27.5 million. And we make another signing that I am praying is endgame. It is Adamo Nagalo, the centre-back from Burkina Faso, is joining us here from Sheffield United. And I'm praying I never have to make another centre-back signing in this save. It's time, lads. It's time for a new number one. It's time for a new starting shot stopper. It's James Trafford, who's going to join us here from Burnley. Joe Gauchi's been so good for us, but I'm trying to think long-term now. Gauchi's not going to get the great growth. Gauchi's probably not even going to get into the 80s, to be totally honest. James Trafford is who we're putting our hopes into for the future. We need to avoid second season syndrome here, lads. This team is looking so much better. I'm going to be honest, this might be Langstaff's last season as a starter. I don't ever want to sell this guy. He's been a hero for us, but we looking like we desperately need a new striker. But this team is looking absolutely class. Let's hope it performs class on the field. Oh, we're still in the fight. We're still in the relegation battle. We are exactly where we finished last year. We're only 5 points clear of Wolverhampton, though, who sit bottom of or in 18th position in the relegation zone. I can't talk English because I'm nervous. I'm truly nervous. I can see second season syndrome in the rearview mirror. I got a little bit of a cough and I can feel the syndrome coming along. I feel helpless because we do not have any money left in our budget, and it's so glaringly obvious to me that we need a new striker, but there's nobody in the reserves I really feel okay selling on to help finance it. We might just have to put our faith into this team. Screw it. I built the sandwich that is this team. I've now got to eat it. Someone who does not want to be a part of the sandwich though is Aiden Stone, who's going to be joining Barnsley on a free next year. That is so much better of a second half of the season. 11, that's comfortable. That's cool. Second season syndrome. I took my medication and the syndrome has faded away. We finish 11th on 47 points, which has us 12 points ahead of Wolves, who get relegated. Scrolling up the table, the Premier League champions this year are Liverpool. Aston Villa win the FA Cup. Coventry's won a bloody Carabao Cup before we have. We're not even close in any of these tournaments, man. Real Madrid stopped Inter Milan from going back-to-back in the Champions League. And it is Bayer Leverkusen winning the Europa League. RC Lens, Conference League champions as well. Campbell truly is the man right now. Lieburn, 15. See, this is the thing that's so upsetting because Langstaff gets 14 goals, 5 assists, but we need to upgrade on him, man. I'm going to keep him around. He's a perfect backup striker, but we need a new striker moving forward. Going to need to get a few more reserve players next year as well. We need to invest in the future. Will Randall, Geraldo Bayrami, and Aiden Stone, as we all know, are leaving. Aiden Stone is built like a stone. Our number one goal this season is to get a star striker. We're going to approach Genoa here, trying to sign Evan Ferguson. Now, the chief executive said that we can get him very close to his market value. I want to try getting a sneaky here, though. Can we get the Irishman back to the Premier League League from Genoa. They want 65-2. God, I should probably accept that, but I want to save as much money as possible because I want to get a backup player as well. 63-2. Genoa are going to accept that. Come on. We're going straight in. I want Evan Ferguson, and I want him now. 4 years, crucial first team player, no release clause. All that sounds good to me. Oh my God. He is a hungry hippo. He wants a lot in terms of bonuses. Oh my God. I'm not even giving him a signing bonus. That wage is more than I intended for to begin with. Let's just see if he'll take the wage. What? Oh my God. All right, we're going to go back in for him. But now the chief executive is saying that we could get him for even cheaper. Maybe this was a blessing. So I believe the chief said 67. If we can make that happen, I will give him his bonus if that happens. 60.7 mil. They accept it. Genoa might have just cost themselves like 3.5 mil. All right, I'm just offering him a straight up wage here. I'm delegating. I hate the cutscene. It always robs me of so much more money. And there it is, lads. We get it over the line. Evan Ferguson back in the Premier League. And I'm praying he's the man that is going to take us from mid-table to European football. Definitely not a transfer that's going to make the massive headlines, but we've signed ourselves a backup left midfielder here. The Polish left midfielder Tomasz Wojtowicz is going to join us here from a JCO in the French league. But we have kept this transfer window super simple. We sign a star striker, we get a quality backup left midfielder for the bench, and our starting 11 continues to get stronger and stronger. This is our 3rd season in the Prem now. I don't want to be in the relegation battle. I don't want to be mid-table. I want to be fighting with the top dogs. That is exactly what we're after, lads. 5th place here on the 1st of January. And the exciting thing as well, we have a game in hand over Chelsea and Newcastle United. So technically, Champions League football is in our hands. Oh my God. Oh my God. We've finished 2nd in the Prem. I'm going to keep it 100 with you, lads. When I said I wanted Champions League football at the start of the year, I thought that was a little bit of a stretch. When I saw us sitting 5th on the 1st of January, I thought, that's cool. Don't know if it's going to last. We finished 2nd, and it wasn't even close. We were 5 points ahead of Newcastle. We're finished 2nd here with Notts County, and we're playing Champions League football next year. Oh my God. Also, that top 4 is like the most modern top 4 I've ever seen. Tottenham, Notts County, Newcastle, and Aston Villa. Man United down in 9th, and the relegated sides are Palace, Southampton, and West Ham. Man United have won the FA Cup though, so they are playing Europa League next year. We had what I believe is our best ever FA Cup run. Round of 16. The bar is in hell. Man City win the Carabao Cup. PSG win a star-studded Champions League final. Juventus win the Europa League, and the Conference League goes to the Yellow Submarine. What a first year though for Evan Ferguson in Notts County colours. Hits the ground running with 28 goal contributions. A great year there for Leeburn. But the thing I love about this squad is that we are spreading the wealth. Everybody's getting involved in the action, but not so much Harvey Vale. It might be time to move on and look for a new attacking midfielder next year. It is a super sad moment though, as we are saying goodbye to Macaulay Longstaff as he is retiring. He is undoubtedly one of the heroes of this rebuild, and I said it in the earlier seasons, I'll say it again, but I wish you were 5 or 10 years younger at the start of this rebuild. So when I was searching up centre midfielders to sign, I wanted to sign a new star centre midfielder. We had Archie Gray, Lewis Miley, and Lucas Bergvall on our shortlist. It is so obvious. Lucas Bergvall is a free agent, which is ridiculous. We need to sign him. Our first addition to the squad this year is for a new star center midfielder, and we've done it on a free. The Swedish midfielder Lucas Bergvall. I am stoked about that. I mean, I was willing to splash the cash, but I'm happy to save it and splash it elsewhere. And for me, elsewhere comes in the form of a center attacking midfielder as we sign Paul Vanner here from Valencia. The German attacking midfielder is going to join us for £71.9 million. A player departure. I feel bad for this guy. I kind of wasted his career, but Zimmerman is finally leaving. The German attacking midfielder is heading to the Austrian league after years of trying to leave. Southampton's relegation and our need for a new backup striker blended perfectly here and formed this transfer. We've signed Sekou Mara on a 1-year deal to join us as our new backup striker. And not only have we signed a backup striker here in Season 9, we're also going to sign a backup right midfielder. It is the Japanese midfielder Kagetoki Ishikawa joining us from FC Cologne. This team is looking phenomenal. We're in the Champions League for the first time in club history. Why not give it a red hot crack? Why not see if we can win a Champions League here with Notts County? Our group is a baptism of fire, though. UEFA's really welcomed us to the Champions League with open arms, haven't they? Munich, Porto, Besiktas. If we get through to the last 16, I dare say we really do deserve it. We're going to find out the answer to that, though, in 3, 2, 1. Come on, lads. Get in there. We get out of the group. It's no surprise to see Bayern Munich top in Group C here. We take care of business against Porto, against Besiktas, and we are heading to the knockout round. Oh, I'm nervous to see who we're facing. Oh, my God. We've got Real Madrid. We've got Real Madrid in the round of 16. All right, we're really going to see what we're made of. Bayern Munich gets Spurs. We get Real Madrid. This season's a baptism of fire. Things are going horribly, though, in the Premier League. We are 9th right now on the 1st of January. What, 7 points out of or 8 points away from the top 4? We've got a lot of... Nottingham Forest are in 2nd. Man, we've got some serious work to do if we're going to be wanting to play Champions League football in season number 10. Here goes nothing, lads. Champions League knockout round time at Meadow Lane as we take on Real Madrid in the first leg. The scoreline is a 2-1 win for Madrid in the 89th minute. The 89th minute is what makes it hurt the most. I would have loved to take a 1-1 scoreline back to the Bernabeu, but instead, Real Madrid get a massive advantage here. It's 2-1. We need a win at the Bernabeu. It's not looking good, lads. Half the squad are angry. We're down 2-1. We're not doing well in the Premier League. This season could be a massive disappointment, or we could save it right here. Madrid at the Bernabeu. This could be a famous night in Notts County history if we pull it off, which we do not. It is another 2-1 loss. Ceballos gets us a goal, but we ultimately go down 4-2 on aggregate. We're not going to be playing Champions League football next year unless we pull off an incredible second half of the season here. Come on, Notts County. Oh no, what a disaster. What a disaster. We're not just not playing Champions League next year. We're not playing Europa League or Conference League. We have regressed massively. I need to figure out what's gone wrong and get rid of the leeches in the squad immediately. 12th place with Notts County. That is brutal. I wanted a Premier League title this year. Manchester City win the Premier League title. And in the relegation zone, we got Burnley, Bournemouth, and West Brom. Oh shit. Okay, I take that back. All right, we're not playing Champions League next year, but we will be playing Europa League, which I guess is a consolation. We won't win the rebuild if we win the Europa League, but we win an FA Cup. Add that to the trophy cabinet. And Newcastle United win the Carabao Cup. AC Milan win the Champions League on a penalty shootout. Bilbao win the Europa League, and the Conference League goes to Roma, who also win on penalties. Evan Ferguson and Lee Byrne and Campbell all have insane seasons. Where has it gone wrong? Maybe the defense, because we are not having many clean sheets in the competitions, but with these statistics, I cannot believe that we came 12th. So obviously we can't complete the rebuild here in season 10. So a lot of my intentions are going to be towards giving it everything we've got in season 11, which is why we're going to make a controversial, but in my opinion, necessary deal here to sell Adamo Nagalo to Liverpool for £68.4 million. And we're going to invest all of that money, the Nagalo money, and our transfer budget into Mitch de Jong, one of the world's best centre-backs. He's 4 years younger than Nagalo, and he's what, 5, 6 overall higher, 91 overall, 25-year-old Dutch centre-back. I assume he's the Virgil van Dijk regen. What an insane signing. Mitch de Jong, get us back to the Champions League. Welcome to Notts County. I do not care how we do it. This team needs to get us back into the Champions League. We've got a very curious year ahead of us. Objective number 1, get back to the Champions League, whether that's by winning the Prem, winning the Europa League. I don't care. Let's just get there. A big season as well for some of our older players, dependent on growth. Are they going to cut it for next season or not? There is a lot up in the air here in season number 10. Here is our Europa League group. We have to top this. Last year's Champions League, it was just about survival. This year's Europa League, it is all about dominance. All right, this is good. I'm not getting carried away because we have got Tottenham, Arsenal, Newcastle, even Liverpool breathing down our necks. But then again, we are breathing down the necks of Chelsea, United, and City. So we need to keep focused. We need to stay alert, and we need to be in this top 4 situation come match day 38. How are we going in the Europa League though? Oh, oh my, oh, that is dirty. Not a single draw, not a single loss, and just 3 goals conceded the entire group stages. Yeah, we are not here to fuck spiders in the Europa League. Making a signing here in January to strengthen our reserves. We need good backup center halves. We are going to sign Kushinov here. He could be, I'm pretty confident in this statement, the first ever Uzbeki player I've ever signed in a rebuild. Let's see if Kushinov can be a quality backup and help us secure Champions League football for season 11. We are going to be losing 2 players though come the end of the season. Benjamin Kanjarich has wanted out for a long time. He's departing on a free transfer, and Will Davison is heading to the Dutch league. I can't blame either of these guys for wanting to leave. I've shafted a lot of players in our reserves. Come on, yes, we're back in the Champions League for season 11, finishing 3rd in the Premier League with Notts County. I really want a Premier League title though. Scrolling down the table, relegated this year. Wow, the Nottingham Forest. They were 2nd come January last year, and they end up getting relegated now. How's the fall off? We win at least some silverware this year. The Community Shield at the start of the year over Man City. Oh, we beat Man City again in the FA Cup. We've won that on penalties, so we've won 2 pieces of silverware this year. Get in there. Man United win the Carabao Cup. Man City win the Champions League. We win the Europa League. Come on, lads. What a year. We've done the treble. Oh, we beat Atletico Madrid in the final. In the round of 16, we beat Freiburg 4-2. Quarterfinals, we beat Napoli 3-1. Semi-finals, we absolutely thump Lazio 7-0. And then we beat Atletico Madrid in the final. That is incredible. And Atalanta win the Conference League. Oh, Evan Ferguson might win a Ballon d'Or next year. I need to check the ceremony because Evan Ferguson scored 39 goals and is now 93 overall. Lee Byrne, he could be nominated as well. And Campbell is just so damn reliable. My God, I feel so much better about the team this year than I did this time last year. Along with Kanjarich and Davison, though, I am going to let Ryan Leach and Alessandro Lapan depart the club on free transfers. I really want to continue building out the depth and build the overall up as well. Back in the Champions League in season number 11 with a potential Ballon d'Or winner on our side. Everything's going brilliantly here at Notts County. Nottingham Forest's team is kind of sick. Like, I don't know how this team got relegated. I think I'm going to go try rating it as much as I can. They had Yusufo Makoko and they got relegated. Nah, I need to relegate. I need to go and raid this team. Gonna strengthen our backup striker role. I'm not going to go for Makoko. I think he needs to be starting, and if he's starting in the championship, that's cool. But to sign 84 rated Jonathan David as a backup striker is only going to be it's going to be a great benefit for us. And to get him for just £19.8 million, that is the definition of a relegation fire sale. We're also going to sign the Croatian centre-back Mauro Perkovic and the former Manchester United wonder kid Anthony Elanga for just £23 million. Oh my God, you know what I just realized? Notts County and Nottingham Forest, aren't they like bitter rivals? I'm pretty sure that they literally play across the river from each other. I've just rubbed, oh my God, I've just rubbed salt into the wound there. They go and get relegated whilst we're in the Champions League, and I've just gone in and been like, you know what? Let's go and steal some of your best players. Oh, I'm a dickhead. I've just wound up Nottingham Forest fans, haven't I? And you know what? I love it. Incredibly excited, but also kind of nervous about this season. Do we have a Champions League winning side? We have the squad depth. Literally the lowest rated player in our squad is 76 rated. Like, we've built a juggernaut of a squad, but we do not have a great track record in the Champions League. Can we use some of our Europa League experience to make Notts County Champions League winners? I must say, whilst we have an extremely balanced Champions League group, this is phenomenally easier than what we experienced 2 years ago in season 9. We've got Marseille, Feyenoord, Basel. It's a group I intend on topping, but that doesn't mean we're not without our challenges. Is Ferguson nominated? He is. Evan Ferguson is nominated for a Ballon d'Or, and he's up against Haaland, Foden, and Rodrigo. Can Notts County have a Ballon d'Or winner? And the Ballon d'Or winner is Haaland. Oh, I mean, I guess they did win the Champions League and the Premier League, but I thought Ferguson was gonna get it, man. Come on. Oh, that is a relief, man. We are top of our Champions League group. Marseille come through with us. This is honestly the way I expected it to play out. And we're not versing Real Madrid in the round of 16. Come on, we can't underestimate Union Berlin, but I'd be lying if I said I wasn't happy to see them. And we are not shitting the bed in the Premier League either. That is a massive relief. We are just 1 point behind Manchester City here. They do have a game in hand, but we are firmly in the Premier League title race. Ladies and gentlemen, it is showtime. This time 2 years ago is where we fell out against Real Madrid. Can we have better fortune here against Union Berlin? The first leg is in the German capital, and we come away with a 3-1 win. Our two bench players, Hayden Hackney and Jonathan David, giving us the lead as we head back to Meadow Lane. We've got a 2-goal lead, but I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of crapping it here. I hope we're not cursed by the round of 16. We're not cursed. Lee Burns scores the equalizer on the stroke of halftime, and we are through to the Champions League quarterfinals. And we have a trip to Monaco for the quarterfinals. Interesting. Okay, a lot of the big teams have been eliminated, but we are versing AS Monaco in the Champions League quarterfinals. Starting things off at home here at Meadow Lane. Can we lay the foundations for the second leg? We do. It is Campbell, Mr. Reliable himself. Campbell giving us the lead, but it is just a 1-goal lead. And I'm really hoping that yellow card to our centre-back Fontana doesn't see him suspended for the away leg. Okay, good. Good. Not suspended. All right. A draw gets us through. We're traveling to Monaco, surrounded by sports cars and luxury, and I'm hoping the spirit of Radamel Falcao doesn't possess this Monaco team and help them get a result. Yes, lads! Good. We're through to the Final Four. Our Swede, Bergvall, scores the goal, and we are through. Come on, Notts County, get in there. I noticed that yellow card come up, but I was hoping it wouldn't mean anything because he's a striker. But Evan Ferguson is going to be suspended for the first leg of our semi-final. That is the last person we needed out. But here it is, lads. The Final Four. Our group mates Marseille are still alive, but we are facing Inter Milan in the Champions League semi-finals. They've won it in this rebuild multiple times. This is our biggest challenge yet. And to do it without Evan Ferguson hurts a lot. Now, you guys might be wondering why I've got Mara as our starting striker and not Jonathan David. David's gone down 4 overall this season. We got absolutely fleeced with David. He's gone down to an 80, so it makes sense to start Mara here, which is so surprising, but it doesn't matter. Oh, who misses Ferguson when Lee Burn wants to step up? Lee Burn's like, I'm still here, Jared. I'm still here. He picks up a brace, and we have a 1-goal lead against Inter Milan. Our captain, Zidane Iqbal, getting on the scorer sheet as well. Oh, that is the dream. And we are in such a better position than I intended us being in for this Champions League second leg, semi-final second leg, away at the San Siro. Do not bottle it, lads. We've got a 2-goal lead. I'm afraid to even look. It's a draw. Cool by me. No suspensions, no injuries. And lads, Notts County, in 11 seasons, we've made it to a Champions League final. Who are we facing? It's not going to be our former group mates Marseille. It is going to be Barcelona here in the 2034 Champions League final. Taking a look around the grounds to the other tournaments, Atalanta win the Europa League. Liverpool win the Conference League. We finish 5 points behind Manchester City, and we finish second in the Premier League. The relegated sides from the Premier League this year are Southampton, Wolves, and Watford. Man City took us down in the FA Community Shield final as well, but we make it 3 in a row in the FA Cup. We are all over the FA Cup. 3 FA Cups in a row is an incredible achievement. However, Middlesbrough, fair play to Middlesbrough, they win the Caramel Cup. What a bloody season for Miles Lee Burn. He's going to surely be in the driver's seat for a Ballon d'Or next year. 92 overall, 43 goals. He is a club legend, and I cannot wait to use this team in a Champions League final. Come on, Notts County. Here goes nothing, lads. The Champions League final in Madrid. It's Notts County versus Barcelona. Mr. Rebuild versus Xavi. Go on, flick it. Go on, early. Oh, what a thing. Lee Burn, come on. Oh, he hits it first time, edge of the box with a rocket. The keeper gets a hand to it. but it's not strong enough to keep it out, and that one flies to the top corner. I knew we've developed an insane side, but this team, from the moment the game kicked off, felt a level above. What a finish. Oh my God. We need to keep going. Yes, we're dragging the defenders in here. Barcelona are all over the shop, and Ferguson makes it too. This team is unbelievable. Evan Ferguson. Oh, we are picking Barcelona apart. Julian Alvarez going there to Reese. Don't let him get a chance. Back into it. This is a goal-scoring frenzy. Barcelona back into this one already. Got ourselves a corner here. It's going to be Vanna to drill this one in towards the penalty spot. We can't. That was almost an own goal. No, I'd actually die laughing if they conceded an own goal like that. Can we get it? Liebert, what's the keeper doing? Cleared off the line. The follow-up saved again. Barcelona are a mess. Oh, they've just done me there with the fake out. Ansu Fati has just done me. That's a heavy-ass touch. I almost committed. That almost stuffed us up. Do not let him cut it back. Fati, they square it back, and Barcelona equalize. Oh my God, we've blown the 2-0 lead. Go on, under, go on. Liebern, come on! We've got the lead back. Liebern, this game is a shootout. This game is unreal, man. Come on, Liebern. Come on, lads. There it is. After 11 excruciating seasons, we have taken Notts County from the bottom of the English footballing pyramid to Champions League winners. And it is going to be the centre midfielder, Zidane Iqbal, rescued his career and is officially the captain of a Champions League winning side. Come on, Notts County. Thank you guys for watching our first Monster rebuild of the year. If you enjoyed it, make sure you click here to subscribe and click here to watch another video.